Hey everyone, this is Lenny here. So, the nominations for the 96th Academy Awards were announced yesterday, and I just want to provide just some brief analysis of the nominations, give you guys some ideas of what I think some of the Oscar snubs were, and then provide some quick predictions of who I think the Oscars will choose as the winners of some of the major categories. The big winners in terms of nominations was Oppenheimer with 13 nominations, Poor Things with 11, Killers of the Flower Moon with 10, and Barbie with 8. Those films all were nominated for Best Picture, but they are also joined by American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Maestro, The Holdovers, Past Lives, and The Zone of Interest. Some of the more memorable snubs of the nominations was Leonardo DiCaprio not getting nominated for Best Actor for Killers of the Flower Moon, Margot Robbie not being nominated for Barbie. Same with Greta Gerwig. She was shut out as director for Barbie as well. Some of the other more memorable snubs, Greta Lee was expected to get a nomination for Best Actress for Past Lives, but she did not get that nomination. May December was expected to get some nominations in regards to Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. That didn't come to pass. Saltburn was expected to get some nominations, especially maybe for Barry Keoghan for Best Actor. That didn't come to pass. The Michael J. Fox documentary still didn't get any love. And Godzilla Minus One only got one nomination in the visual effects category. So yeah, there's going to be snubs every year, and honestly this year I can't really be that upset because this year is a really stacked set of nominees. The two big snubs for me this year, one, Godzilla Minus One, just getting a sole visual effects nomination is ridiculous. Godzilla Minus One was by far and away one of the best movies of 2023. I don't know if Japan didn't submit it for Best Foreign Language Film or what, or this is just another matter of the Academy just not liking genre pictures. But Godzilla Minus One definitely should have got love. The Iron Claw, another movie that just got snubbed and shut out all the way. Insane. The Iron Claw, again, one of the best movies. And critics were saying, Iron Claw was one of their best movies that landed on a lot of top 10 lists and everything like that. So, yeah, no love for that movie at all is ridiculous. And I don't know if it's just because the Academy's like, oh, professional wrestling. I don't know, whatever it is. But shame on the Academy for ignoring those two amazingly awesome movies. So I want to provide some quick predictions on the Oscars and the big nominations. So I'm just going to give you my predictions of the big 5 categories in the Oscars. So first off, we have the directing category, and the Oscar nominations are Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, and Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest. I think directing is going to be a pretty easy category to call. I think this is going to be one of those years that's going to be pretty easy to call. Directing, I'm pretty sure, is going to go to Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. I think Oppenheimer is going to end up being one of the big winners, maybe the biggest winner of the entire night, and I think we're going to start seeing the snowball effect with some of the other nominations getting wins for Oppenheimer. But once we get to the best directing category, I think once this happens, I think we're all going to figure out pretty quickly what film is going to win the Best Picture category. And I think Christopher Nolan just put together an insanely amazing movie, not only entertaining but educational as well. But it's just a breathtaking piece of cinema. It looks fantastic. The story is great. He's able to pull out all of these amazing performances from his actors. So I definitely see Christopher Nolan getting his first ever Best Director Oscar. Actress in a supporting role. The nominees are Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Daniel Brooks for The Color Purple, America Ferrera for Barbie, Jodie Foster for Nyad, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. So honestly, this is a pretty hard category to predict. There's a lot of heavy hitters in this category, but I'm personally going to go with Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple. I did choose her to be nominated when I did the Color Purple Immediate Thoughts review. I'm not really surprised at her nomination at all, and I do expect her to ride kind of the wave of the, awards love that she's been getting this season to propel her for the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. She was fantastic in The Color Purple. She was the main performance or performer that I definitely remembered from that film, and she just blew everyone away. And every time she was on camera, you just could not stop watching her. Everything she did was out of this world. It was larger than life, and she just brought the goods to her performance. Actor in a supporting role, the nominees are Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Man, what a stacked nomination block here. Anyone could walk away with the Oscar, and honestly, I wouldn't be upset. These are all great performances. These are all great actors. I'm going to go with what I feel is the safe bet, and that is Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. Robert Downey Jr. has been riding a wave of awards love pretty much since Oppenheimer was released. A lot of people were like, man, Robert Downey Jr. is probably giving maybe the best performance of his career. I believe this is the best performance of his career. And yeah, I definitely see him getting love for Oppenheimer for this. He was just amazing, and everything he did in this film was just on top of his game. He was, for me, one of the best villains of the entire year, and seeing him walk away with Oscar Gold is just going to be a topper and just caps off, this amazing comeback story that he's had from where he was in the 90s and the type of troublesome actor that he was to coming back playing Iron Man, and now he's going to get this Oscar. This pretty much cements his full comeback, and I'm really happy for him, and I think this is going to secure him the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. For Best Actress in a Leading Role, the nominees are Annette Bening for Nyad, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, Carey Mulligan for Maestro, and Emma Stone, Poor Things. So for me, I think this is a two-person race between Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon and Emma Stone for Poor Things. Take everyone else out. It doesn't matter. It's going to be one of those two that's going to walk away with the award. I personally am going to go with Lily Gladstone. For me, for my money, she gave the single best performance of anyone in 2023 in Killers of the Flower Moon. And she just gives, I mentioned it in the review, she gives my favorite side eye of anyone. And yeah, her performance was great. It was heartbreaking. It was dynamic. It was complex. The chemistry she had with Leonardo DiCaprio was amazing. And, just as someone who's kind of a newcomer onto the scene, she just blew everyone away, and I just want to see her walk away with that Oscar so bad. So maybe this is more of a personal choice for me as well, but I do see Lily Gladstone riding the wave of awards momentum that she's been getting. She did win the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Drama, so I definitely see her riding that momentum to get the Oscar for Best Actress as well. Actor in a leading role. The nominees are Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. Yeah, again, I think this is going to be a pretty simple category to call. I'm going to go with Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. I mean, Oppenheimer is just going to be one of those movies this year. I think that's really going to steamroll over the competition for the Oscars. And Cillian Murphy gave an exceptional performance. I'm not going to say that he's not going to be deserving the Oscar. My personal preference would be Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. Out of all the nominees, he gave my favorite performance. But to go off, if I was going to go for my second favorite pick, it would be Cillian Murphy. So I definitely see him walking away with the Oscar for Best Actor. It'll be his first awards win. Like I said, he was amazing, so I definitely see him walking away with this. And again, this is going to help cement Oppenheimer, being one of the big winners for the Academy Awards. So yeah, I see Cillian Murphy winning Best Actor at the Academy Awards this year. Once again, the nominees for Best Picture are American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Yeah, this is a stacked block of nominees, and for my money, I think this is the Best Picture block of nominees since 2019. All of these movies are tremendous, and if there are any surprises, let's say Poor Things, scored the upset and walked away with Best Picture, I would not be mad. But I do think this is Oppenheimer's year. This is the year of Christopher Nolan. This is the year that's going to solidify Christopher Nolan as perhaps the prestige director of the 21st century, with him getting, all of the Oscar love here for Oppenheimer. So I definitely see this as being, again, the safe pick, but the safe pick is the safe pick for a reason. Oppenheimer was just really one of the best cinematic experiences of all of 2013, and I think it's just going to get a well-deserved Best Picture win. So Oppenheimer, I'm definitely seeing walking away with a lot of wins. I wouldn't be surprised if they walk away with like 7, 8, 9 Oscars, because they're probably going to clean up in a lot of other categories, such as editing, sound design, visual effects, things like that as well. But yeah, those are my thoughts about the 96th Academy Awards. I think Oppenheimer is going to be the big winner, like I said. But, before the Oscars come out, I'll probably share another video to provide maybe another analysis that's kind of closer to the actual event, maybe add some additional predictions as well. But what did you guys think of the nominations for the 96th Academy Awards? Share your thoughts, leave your comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can get notifications as well. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care.